Los Angeles is home to people from all over the world. As a refugee recently settled here, I have come to know 6 refugees from different countries who are expressing their true selves and establishing new lives.
When I start first kiss with her, I understood, wow, I like it. I really like it.
I run from the country where they don't allow gay people.
And I told him, I prefer to be identified as he. I told him to call me Ben.
I tried several times to end my life. My mom used to give me these Barbies and stuff like that. I just grab them and put their hair in paint and paint the wall.
Cada día que pasa ya no queda nada. Y eso es a veces un poco triste, pero esta es mi vida, la de hoy.
All 6 have escaped persecution, torture, and imprisonment in their countries due to their gender and sexual identities.
When they come to the States or the US, almost everyone is coming with literally the clothes on their back and a little suitcase and showing up at the airport and maybe have a phone number or an address of a person that they haven't even met from their home country, and coming on faith that somehow it's got to be better here. I'll show up at the airport, it's just got to be better here.
Yo soy Miranda García. Yo soy una mujer transgénero que vivo, nací en Honduras, pero en este momento vivo aquí en los Estados Unidos. El por qué tuve que salir de Honduras porque estaba tratando de salvar mi vida. Después de varios acontecimientos que sucedieron, tomé la decisión de salir en ese viaje, que fue como huir y atravesar varias fronteras de alto riesgo. Y el viaje lo hice en autobús y luego en parte en un vuelo, en un avión desde Ciudad de México hasta Tijuana. Era una lucha constante, pero eso también orillaba a la discriminación de parte de las personas cuando te ven en la calle como hombre gay, afeminado. Hay insultos, hay discriminación, hay muchos ejemplos en las escuelas, el bullying, en los trabajos, las limitantes en las oportunidades para trabajar por ser. No podías estar vestida como a ti te gusta, como mujer. Durante el día teníamos que esperar a veces que fuera la noche para poder salir y sentirnos realizadas como mujeres.
In the street, somebody telling me something about how I look, somebody telling me, oh, if I was girly, if I was younger, like girlier, oh, so hot. Let me know. I swear to God, sometimes I would just carry a rock in my bag, and I was like, guys, I'm gonna hit the next guy who tells me something. sexual thing was all over the place, and I remember hating it so much that I would just come in my place and to my house and scream and yell. And my mom used to tell me, like, this is how guys are. It's because you are a beautiful girl. You should just take it as a compliment.
I don't have a love from home. I didn't feel love when I at home. And when I was 6 years old, I started to go to school. The peers, I don't think the peers treat me nice. Yeah, they made a nickname for me. The nickname in Chinese called 假娘们, means a fake lady. It is no good for me. I don't feel comfortable when they call my nickname, even in the public. This situation was getting worse when I started to go to middle school. Yeah, teenager, they are very crazy. Yeah, a lot of school bullying and discrimination. Yeah, even the teacher had a discrimination against me. That make me feel so hurt inside.
In our country, really they don't allow gay people. If you have gay people in the community, they do whatever thing they can do to see that they clear that out. And I was kicked out of the school. It was very difficult on that time. My mom to walking around, even me, I couldn't walk around because I was really scared, and they said, oh, they can kill me.
I'm originally from Cameroon. I came here in the US 2 years ago. It was 2015. And basically I came here because of the persecution I face in my country because of my gender identity. So it was time for me to live as myself, and I decided to fly and be exactly who I am. The general situation from LGBTQ community is very bad. You can be killed because you're LGBT. You can be persecuted as go to jail.
Now safe in the US, he feels free to be himself. He's a happy guy and enjoying his life.
They pulled me out, putting me inside to the jail, to the big jail, when there was a lot of guys who was there. They started to beat me there and then. Beating me. Even one guy who wanted to rape me. The police guy came out with the keys, he opened the door, he pulled me out, and he put me in the small cell. That small cell, I spent there 1 month. For them, they beat you, torturing you, asking you who is behind of you, who is sponsoring you. Because for them, they know that being a gay, they give people money.
But as far as I can remember, I didn't know any white people before knowing that I'm different. So, but if you're a transgender person, people think that you want to change God. How can I say it? No, just God made you like a woman or a male or female, and then you don't you not have to change it. But the thing is, people really don't understand what we have inside and what we feel inside. It's not about God, it's about us.
When my father discovered, and he's very conservative person, and he didn't want to listen what's wrong with me. He just stopped to talk with me. Several months he didn't speak with me, and he told that how to say that my mom didn't educate me very well. So of course my mother felt very bad because he all the time tell this, it's your daughter, you didn't educate in right way. So, you know, it's very drama. It was very drama.
I never clicked with girls, and with guys, I was never into their circle. So I was like, okay, what do I do? Like, where do I go? Never in my life, like, pregnancy, my period, marriage, it was never something that I will, like, make me happy or dream of. Once my mother, I was probably 4 years old or 5. I remember once my mother turning back, we were in a road trip or something with a friend of hers. Turning back and saying, do you want me to take you to the doctor so they can make you a boy? I don't know what I was talking about or what I was doing that caused that reaction, I don't remember. And I knew what I wanted, but I said, no.
He left Mexico and came to the United States to be himself. He has now legally changed his name from Lorena to Andrejk. And he now identifies as a man. He has not seen his mother or any other family members since he left Mexico.
Since I was very little, I never liked to dress as a girl. I hated dresses. He's still carrying me on the arms, and you know those socks that they have like a little, like ballerina kind of, like a tutu, mini tutu on your sock. Like, I remember I used to like just take him away as a baby. I remember my brother had a little Prince like a outfit, but because my brother was little, I always wanted to have that outfit on my size.
Normally it's a bent topic.
I think for most of our folks, some of our folks continue to remain discreet about their identities, and some have chosen to completely be out, and some are sort of in between. For those who fled their countries and still have family left behind, sometimes their being out and open could still be a source of insecurity for their families at home. So I know a lot of our survivors struggle with how out they should be, recognizing that there could be an adverse impact to their parents or their siblings back in the home country. So it's a complicated issue. In general, I think most of our community members that I've spoken to and talked to about this before find that there's definitely a lot more acceptance and they feel a lot safer here in the US.
There's a lot. So check this out. So this is my bag of candy. this is, okay, let me put it just over here. So this is the container. It's the most funky looking thing. And then testosterone, which is actually a very little like amount. I was expecting something bigger. It's incredible how a little bit of a substance can actually do to your body and to your whole mind. The first shot I had, the next day I was like the most relaxed and happy person. And I thought it was because of the chemicals, but I think it was a mix of the chemicals and happiness. The first time I was so excited, I went to the clinic and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get my shot. Until I realized once everything was ready, I wasn't paying attention and I didn't hear because she said it the first time, the nurse, that I had to shoot myself, but I didn't listen. So I was very excited getting everything ready and I was like, wait, I have to do it myself? No. And for a moment I almost back up. But I mean, you get used to it. I was very like scared of needles, and now this little needle is like an insulin. It's very little, so it's not as scary as the other ones. And then you have to pick fatty place on you because the fat absorbs more like how do you call it, like have a delayed process of absorption, so it takes the time. If you do it in the muscle, it absorbs it like the once, and that's not good. So you do it in the love handle, which is the one I like, because I think in my belly is gonna hurt a lot, and I'm a baby and I don't wanna. So I realized in here it didn't hurt, and I just do 1 week one side, the other week the other side.
It's healing up. Okay.
The top surgery was the first thing I needed, because this part of my body, it was like somebody gave me just to keep it. I didn't like that. Really. And even in my shower, I was like, okay, I'm going to shower, but I don't want to look at this part because it's just not me. And when I went to St. John, they told me about the process, like hormones and top surgery and all the transition process. I told them as soon as possible I want to have this top surgery because it was like a dream for me.
Now remember, Ben, that scars take 1 to 2 years to fully heal. So the scar is still healing. Turn your body a little bit so you're facing that.
And I think after 6 months on hormones, I applied for the top surgery. Everything went very, very fast. And 2016, December 12, I have my top surgery in Thousand Oaks.
So we're at the 6-month mark, and everything is healing up well for this point. I would want, if you could, to switch to the strips of the silicone.
Okay.
Okay, the other thing that you can start to do is you can start to massage the scar.
Okay.
Like this.
Alright.
So you're basically pushing with your hand on the scar 10 or 20 minutes a day, like this. Directly on the scar, not through the shirt.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, and that can help with the scar to flatten more. Other than that, it's just time.
Esa es como la realización como mujer. Es despertarte en la mañana, saber que es un día más que tienes que vivir y tienes que verte bien. Y qué mejor que tu arreglo personal para salir a la calle y enfrentarte. Ahora sí que es todos los días. Ya no es una vez cuando se me ocurre o cuando quería sentirlo, no, es todos los días. Y esa es la parte, de hecho lo escuché de otra chica transgénero en una reunión que hubo de la comunidad trans, que el simple hecho de levantarnos en la mañana, dar gracias y arreglarnos un poco, eso significa que estamos vivas, que queremos seguir luchando por nuestros ideales, por nuestras cosas, por nuestra vida.
I miss acting so much, I guess, and things has been like myself, something really changed in me, and acting is now so much easier now that I know who I am.
You're not telling me the truth, so it's fine.
So I went to this workshop with Jeffrey Tamar, the guy from Transparent. So when I went there, I was the third one that he asked to perform the monologue, because he took probably 45 minutes with each one, and we had, I don't remember how many hours. I performed the monologue, and he was like, I have no notes for you. You're ready. You know what? That's a Transparent producer right there. And I was like, I couldn't believe when I was walking there in the morning, I was like, I feel like this is going to be a very good day for some reason. I got that feeling like. And yes, I mean, they even emailed me, offering me a little part, or yeah, to be part of it, and I was like, that's amazing. I had to drop it because I don't have my working permit yet, but and I was very sad about it. But,
What's the worst that could happen?
Nothing.
Read it.
You can do it right. But either way, just hit me up on my Facebook email. But I will try to do this.
But the world will be able to blame you for that.
I think not.
The coach by what?
But still, I mean, they're interested in my work, and they're interested in what I do. And it was amazing that somebody, an actor of that size, of that like experience, tells you like, you know what, you're ready, you're good. And he told me, you just have to believe that you're good, because you don't believe it enough.
LGBT individuals are safer in the US compared to other parts of the world. To this day, it is illegal to be gay in over 70 countries. In at least 5 of them, you can be murdered just for who you love.
We are here today to remind this nation and the world of what is going on right now in Chechnya. Gay men are being rounded up, thrown into crowded prison cells with rapists and murderers, and those hardened criminals are being allowed to do whatever they want to the gay men in those cells. And if they are lucky enough to get out into Chechnya or into the Russian nation, local officials are being encouraged to track them down, and they are encouraging the families of those individuals to take care of them. True. That's what's happening. We are talking about electric shock, and we are talking about murder.
They are not only fighting for their own rights and identities, but they are also fighting for LGBTQ people around the world. They are raising their voices for equal rights.
The persecution against LGBT community is based on the assumption that God doesn't love who we are. But I'm the living proof that God's love is available for every human being. And that is the message I want to send out there to all the LGBT community. And I hope that our strength and our resilience is going to help a little bit, you know, the community to find out the way to wake up. Life is finally something that I can enjoy as I want and as who I am. It took me time to make this decision, but finally I made it. I'm looking at myself now in the mirror like, that's me, you know? That's really me. I feel confident. I feel myself. That's what I needed. And I just want to tell people to get to know us, and they will really understand that we're just human.
La sensación es nueva día a día, nueva. Todos los días es nueva. Y cuando hablo de matar a la otra persona, es que la otra persona tuvo muchas carencias y esta está llena. Entonces, ¿cómo puedo compararme con alguien que fue vacío a con alguien que está lleno? Entonces, la diferencia es vacío con complementación. Esa es la sensación.
And this last year in my life has been so different. I feel like I'm living like for the first time. I mean, I love my family. I enjoyed my time. I enjoy my years. But I never realized what I was missing. If I knew, I mean, if I would grow up in an environment that would tell me, if you want to be a boy, it's okay, you can be a boy. I missed my childhood, I missed my puberty, I missed all those days that I could just actually know what it feels like to be a boy and it's not about only not being rejected or bullied, because I deal with a lot of bullying. It's about actually having the chance to be happy